Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's masterclass on the future of HR, AI, and human collaboration. Facilitated in part by HROne, my name is Sukriti Sani, and I am delighted to be your host for this exciting session today. Before we commence the session, I would like to welcome your trainer, Dr. VP Rajkumar. But before that, let's interact a little because this is a virtual session, and we really need to share the sentiment through the comments and the reactions. So help me understand how many of you are using AI currently. Just drop your answers in the comments, maybe. And you can also tell what are you using it for. Is it about writing job descriptions, you know uh, checking the 360-degree review, or anything else? As you do this, I would like to welcome the trainer of the masterclass today, Dr. VP Rajkumar. He is an exceptional leader, and I really tried to keep it brief, his description, but there was so much to mention that he has achieved and learned that this is going to take a while. So yeah, here it goes. He's a top HR voice on LinkedIn and a global human resource leader. Dr. Rajkumar serves as the Chief Human Resource Officer and Head of CSR at IG Petrochemicals. He has been recognized as the LinkedIn Top Training and Development Voice as well, and the most iconic HR leader 2024. With over a decade of experience, he has also earned awards such as the Best Employer Retention Strategy and Best Talent Management Strategy. He has done his doctorate from the University of Madras in Organizational Development and Psychology, and has completed his master's from Madras School of Social Work, specializing in HR. It is from Chennai, and he has completed his bachelor's in labor management and also happens to have a LLB degree plus PGD program in analytics from IIM Trichy. Raj comes with HR transformation and OD expertise and has set up 5 greenfield startup organizations, especially in IT, BPO, ITS space. Additionally, he holds certification from the prestigious London Business School's EE program, Triple E program. His work has been featured in Silicon India magazine's fast growing 100 Young Entrepreneurs ranking. Dr. Rajkumar is also an accomplished author, executive coach, and HR tech evangelist. Today, he'll guide us through the complexities and opportunities of AI and HR collaboration. Before he takes over, there's one request that I want to make. I want all of you to know that those who stay till the end, we promise to share an email with the best Gen AI prompts you can use in HR right away. And but you do have to remember that it's only for those who stay till the end. And there's also one important announcement in the end for everyone. So stay till the end. And ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming. Maybe you can use the clap reaction. And please join me in welcoming Dr. VP Rajkumar. Over to you, sir.
Hi, thank you, Sukriti. I would say good afternoon to all. Thank you so much for joining this session. I'm excited to be part of this opportunity to speak to all of you, and also probably pick up 1 or 2 learnings from the session as well. Thanks HROne and the team, Pulkit and Anshita and everyone played a fantastic role. They've been coordinating very well. So let me get into the session straight away. I work as the Chief Human Resource Officer for the group of IG Petrochemicals Limited and its allied companies. I'm also passionately involved in CSR in all my companies, so I take the responsibility wherever I go on CSR as well. So today I'm going to talk about the future of HR, AI and human collaboration. I think this is one topic we all have been talking about for some years now, and we've always been looking forward what is evolving in this space. And as HR professionals, as management professionals, it's quite exciting to see the technological advancements and the kind of changes what's happening and the disruptions what's coming in. I had the fortune of working in different sectors, started with automobile, moved into financial services, IT, oil and gas, logistics, supply chain, and petrochemicals, to name a few. I had the opportunity to see how technology is able to impact the business and how businesses are adapting and embedding the technological disruptions and advancements the business, and how it helps the business to move forward. And those who couldn't take up that advancements, how they stay behind. That applies to not just business but also the functions, the strategic functions like HR, where we all of us are going to see quite a lot of changes and interesting evolutions in the HR space. So with that, I would like to go with the just to start with, I would like to start welcoming you all. Let's just see.
Hi all, welcome to the session.
It's just a small gimmick. I used an AI tool just to simply just say that you don't require a human to do a presentation as well. I can upload the script and my picture and do a session as well. That's the level of change happening with the technological advancements. As a HR leader, at this point in time, many of us face several workforce challenges. I thought I'll pick up some data points and talk to you. This is global data point. If you see, 51 million people have 23 in US, 10 million people are looking for job openings. 85 million people, they feel that lack of employment opportunities are there due to skill. 39% of global employees will work hybrid by the end. So these are all different challenges that has been thrown into workforce management and HR leaders, and then it gives us a fantastic opportunity to look at these challenges and adapt and evolve and thrive in such a interesting time period. And how technology is playing an important role is what is the first thing I would like to talk about. So how I would like to take it forward is, one, why this AI human collaboration is important to understand, and what it means in terms of AI and human collaboration, and how this can be implemented. These are the three important questions I thought probably I'll try to answer to you so that it helps you to also understand. I'm sure many of you would be knowing much better details and data than but I think one of the most important thing for me is to try to bring as much as information possible in a right concise way so that you all can understand the topic and the details of it. So with these challenges, there is a fantastic opportunity for us. The opportunity is that why we should, I think you should be excited about it. And I want to talk about why we should be excited about the AI work and people collaboration. There is a lot of, as technological advancements continue to transform the workforce, the role of HR, actually, I'm talking specifically about HR, is evolving to embrace the AI and foster deeper human mission collaboration. It's very important. We need to understand that the more better we are open and willing to move towards understanding the deeper human mission collaboration, the better for you as an HR professional. This dynamic shift promises to redefine how organizations attract, manage, develop their most valuable asset, that's the people. So AI and machine learning and all these technological advancements are going to impact how you are going to attract the talent, how you are going to manage the talent, how you're going to develop the talent. So that's very, very important for us to look at. So let's look at a simple, this is a very, I would say, a basic slide which talks about what is the AI. AI is a computer system able to perform tasks that ordinarily require human intelligence. These artificial intelligence systems are powered by machine learning. Some of them are powered by deep learning, and some of them are powered by very boring things like rules. Some of the terminologies in the tech landscape, if you look at it, many of you would be from the technology sector. Many of you may not be from that. So I would like to just to give a small glimpse about some of the terminologies, what we talk about in the AI landscape. Chatbots, I'm sure many of you would have heard about. Simple example is that when you order in Swiggy, you have an issue. So you go to a help HROne team. Okay, let's continue. So why we should be excited, I was talking about it. So it's a fantastic time, an opportunity for us to understand how the AI human collaboration works. So let me take you through. Well, this morning in our. Sorry, I'm not able to. Well, this morning in our. Okay. Okay. We looked at some, key terminologies. I was just giving example. Chatbots, for example, Swiggy. When you order, you have help menu where you have some issue. You chat with them, and you sort out. Or even your HRMS, you have chatbots. Machine learning is basically a deeper learning system where the machine, the system learns, through more data in terms of the different patterns and different, conditions. And deep learning is much more, deeper type of system learning. Natural language processing, pattern recognition. I'm sure you would be familiar with biometric systems and face recognition systems. These are some important terminology that one needs to understand. Our video, it's an interesting one. It's just a take on how ordinary people are looking at AI and workplace disruption. Well, this morning in our Consumer Confidential, we're talking about one of the hottest topics, artificial intelligence. It is already changing our everyday lives, but this morning, we're going to know how AI is impacting our jobs and the workplace. Here to share some insight is LinkedIn Editor-in-Chief Dan Roth. Dan, good morning.
Good morning.
Do you have any moves, first of all? Can you put up?
Yeah, so we could talk about that in a second.
He's going to help us figure out how to padam our way into AI. So first, just set a baseline for all of us about artificial intelligence. What does that look like in our workplaces?
Sure. So we are dealing with AI all the time, every day. If you use Google or Siri, or if you have a spam filter, that's AI. But what has gotten people really excited recently is generative AI. And that's this idea of giving the machine a prompt and something novel coming out. It could be written communication or video or image or a spreadsheet or code. And as people have started to play with this at work, they are realizing it is going to change how they work. All new ways of doing their job. And like with any technological advancement, it brings real opportunity and also just real change that you have to start figuring out.
Yeah. I love that we're talking about that because there's been so many negative stories about how AI is taking over, but there are positives to it as well. So how is this being used in our everyday life?
Number one, people are thinking about this as a tool. People who are thinking about this are thinking about it as a tool.
Like a calculator.
Yeah, it's like having an assistant. It's like a super calculator. It's like having an assistant who can do all the routine tasks that you like doing. So if you're a real estate agent, let's say, you could have the AI write your listings and draft documents and schedule your meetings. And that gives you time then to go network and show houses. So we ran a survey recently on LinkedIn. 40% of people said they are already using this in some way at work. And the way they're using it falls into kind of two buckets, fight the blank page problem. So let's say that you have to write a deck, or you want to write an email to a supplier, or you've got to draft some document. The AI gives you that first draft. And the other one is to solve some kind of problem that you run into, like you don't understand some lingo, or maybe you have a sticky situation at work. The AI can kind of tell you how other people have gotten around that same problem.
I know someone who just used AI to get a business idea, like a name for their business. Just put it in and spit out all
logos,
amazing.
Business plan.
We'll have to do a whole other segment on how to do that because I feel like you're at a disadvantage almost if you don't understand it. But on the other side of it, there are going to be people who are watching this morning and they go, there go some of those jobs. They worry about the technology almost being invasive. Say to that.
Number one, it's still very early, so we're still figuring this out. It is going to change for sure how we work. So there's going to be an increased emphasis on efficiency. You can already see that playing out where companies are saying these tools should make you more efficient. It is going to change the kind of skills that are in demand. And then, like with any technological advancement, there are good changes to certain roles are going to disappear and other ones are going to be created. There is no doubt that that is going to happen, but what they are, I think it's still too early.
Dan, speaking of those skills, what are some things we can do to sort of brush up and understand, maybe play with this technology so that we're not so far behind when it comes right into our office?
Well, the good part is this is kind of an accessible technology. So the first thing to work on is prompting, which is a really fancy way of saying just learning how to talk to the machine. So it
Where
spits
is
out the
this
kind of
said
results.
machine? Like, I'm like, is this like, am I Googling?
Google,
All
yeah.
over. Yeah, so there's ChatGPT
ChatGPT.
has a standalone app you can get. It's a great place to start.
Bard also.
Yeah, that's
So they're apps or you Google them?
You Google them and you literally put in, you could literally put in, please write me a business plan for Chanel Jones from the Today Show, and it will spit it back out.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah, and it's starting to show up in all kinds of apps also. So if you use, Google Docs or Microsoft Word, it's showing up there. Adobe products now have this generative AI built into it, so you can be like, well, fill out, I don't know what's in the background of this picture. I want this to look like I'm in Bali, and suddenly it looks like you're in Bali.
Wow.
Yeah, but learning how to use the tool, even inside other tools, is a skill. That's prompt engineering.
It's interesting because it's saying like sort of take the AI and use it the best way you can, right? So
Absolutely.
like it's here. So how do we use it and make it better for our lives?
Don't run away from this. Use it to help you do what you can exclusively do it. We are humans. There are things that only humans can do. So one of the things that we've been seeing is, we just talked about the hard skills, but what we know employers want more of now is the soft skills. Leadership, learning how to communicate, being able to deal with change, teaching others about how to do things. All of those kind of negotiating skills and how we interact with each other are what make us who we are. And you kind of unload all this other stuff out of the machines and we've become much more human. That's the way
I love
to
that.
explain
That's a good way to put it. And the thing is, that's priceless.
Yeah,
And then as new things come in, we can adapt to the technology.
AI cannot make us Padam, Kylie Minogue songs, that's
Thank
for
you,
sure.
Dan.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you. So helpful.
Hey, thanks for watching.
Well, there's more.
I'm sure, when you watch this video, you would have seen the skepticism and the concern in the faces of these, ladies who are interviewing Dan, who's the LinkedIn editor-in-chief. And they also, each one had their own expression. Somebody was a bit more skeptical about it. Somebody was welcoming it, looking forward how to use it. But end of the day, AI, generative AI is changing the landscape, and everywhere, things are, evolving. Very important for us to understand how it is going to, bring in changes and disruptions in HR and how we can adapt to that. So I'm going to talk about that in the coming slides. So when I talk about the opportunity again, we are in the midst of an incredible revolution as breakthroughs in artificial intelligence and transform our lives. The primary impact of AI will be in our relationship with work, how the work itself evolves. While much of the news surrounding artificial intelligence talks about the negative aspects, people will lose jobs, their work will displace, this particular build system will do it, so we'll not have more opportunities. That's one side of the argument. The other side of the argument, if you look at, there are n number of opportunities. There are a lot of positive elements are there. Today, I'm going to focus more on that, to try to give you a perspective that how the AI future looks like and how we need to look at that and move towards that. There are 5 factors that excites me about AI, people, and work. The AI and human collaboration. That's what I'm going to talk about in the first session. And this helps us to understand the effect of why AI human collaboration has to be understood. AI technologies used in human activity augments and transforms work. This increased effectiveness in people and their companies can have lasting impact and can transform lives and global economy for the better, which means the primary focus is how the human experience becomes more effective and how well you can for example, I'm just saying 10 years before, if you ordered a particular item and it is home delivery to be done, and if there is an issue, sorting out that issue, sending it back or taking it back and giving it and getting a replacement would have been a nightmare. Now look at it. You order it, you get it the next day. You don't like it, you give it back immediately. The next day it's picked up. So the technologies, especially the artificial, for example, the predictive element in portals like Amazon or Swiggy tells you what you would like, to look at, and then it helps you to, simplify your selection process and order, and also the replacement, the last mile elements are, well taken care. So that's the beauty of, the human experience technology, which is the ultimate aspect of the integration of human experience technology. The second aspect I'm excited about is the AI investigates aspects of machine learning, cognitive computing, artificial intelligence, human psychology, group and organization dynamics that has the promise of greatly augmenting human activity. So it's not just reading a data and trying to come up with some solution or some information. It is about also looking at various aspects of the human psychology, the organizational dynamics or group dynamics, how individuals, teams and groups work together, societies work together, all elements comes together. That helps the AI to be more the machine learning human awareness. The synthesis of machine learning and human awareness is a very interesting element, and I'm more excited to see that there will be very beautiful innovations will come in this space as well. The third aspect I would like to talk about, which I'm excited about, is that AI technology holds incredible potential to help the workforce and companies that hire them to increase value and competitiveness. So as a human tool, its foundations balances both core reasoning that are logical and efficient while remaining relatable, allowing an immediate human understanding. So the investment in AI, it's basically for people benefits. So, if you look at AI is not specifically for eliminating tasks or roles. It's about how do you give more benefits, how do you make them easier and in the workplace is the core focus. AI will complement people and how they work rather than replace them and the work. So many commentators focus on technology's replacement role and fails to appreciate how it can also be complementary. We already talk about, whenever new technology comes, when I remember when ATM machines came, there are a lot of talks about, how it will eat away a lot of jobs in banks. Or, when we talked about, even any other technology advancements, people lose jobs, but new skills will develop, new opportunities will come. That's the complementary element. By programming holistic understanding system, it can not only help employees and companies adjust to the change, but to plan, excel in change, because they're part of the technology. People are going to be the most important element in this AI adaptation, and which means that it is going to help us to play our role better and play a complementary role, not a replacement role. AI technology in place, redefining interaction integrated into everyday digital lives, employees and companies will be empowered. Predominantly, if you see, the employees will find new ways of educating and training people, and enable their personal and professional skills, so that it increases their value and impact on society. So AI can bring a lot of value add in the way we skill ourselves, we educate ourselves. I'm sure you would have seen a lot of tools which are now helping us to learn quickly and upskill us quickly. So these are 5 elements which actually, if you look at from a point of view that how AI will help us to thrive in the future. That is why I thought I'll share it with you. Though there are a lot of skeptical elements are there, which I will cover in the coming slides. But I thought I will start with a very positive note and say these 5 factors excites me when we look at AI and human collaboration. Now let me go slightly specific into HR. The rise of HR, the rise of AI in HR, actually a lot of these technology advancements are helping the HR as a function, HR as a fraternity, to manage their role better and deliver their results and KPIs better. The lot of mundane tasks which are getting automated, which are getting efficiently done through AI tools. For example, ChatGPT can develop your job description for a position that you're looking at, where earlier days your team member would spend 3-4 or 2-3 days to develop a JD and give it to you. This happens in few seconds. So that's the beauty of the rise of AI in HR. Just one example. Let me go to this is an interesting slide. If you look at it, how the future of HR, in the next years to come, starting when 2020, this was one HBR article where they talk about different roles. If you look at it, there are two specific segmentation of the roles are there. One, highly towards technology and technology adoption. Another one, highly towards rather high tech and high touch, highly towards people and emotions oriented roles. So how it look like is in terms of tech centricity and the years to come, there are different roles are going to emerge in HR space, where many of you would have to adapt yourself on this and then get into those roles, that like HR data detective, chatbot and human facilitator, algorithm bias auditor, right, human bias officer, or workplace environment architect, VR immersion counselor. These are all very interesting to when this came in HBR in 2020, we were wondering okay, it may take 10-20 years to come, but if you look at many of the global organizations, many of the roles have already started coming in. I'm sure in India also there are many sectors there, different roles have already started coming in. For example, gig economy manager, or coach roles, or even some element of HR data specialist, human bias officer. These kind of roles have started emerging already. So we need to be prepared for different type of roles which are going to come in the future in HR, and we need to adapt towards understanding AI and the technological advancements to be there. Let me go to another interesting statistics. How organizations globally adopting AI. If you look at it, year on year, the level of adoption is growing. 60% adoption rate is in organizations, has been there, and $4.2 billion is the projected market size for the AI in HR area, that specific area, and 15% annual growth rate is happening. So that's a very interesting, data point to look at, that how the market is responding, how many companies are adopting, and how quick the changes are happening. So whether we like it or not, we need to understand and adapt to the changes which are happening, especially with the use of AI and technological advancements. Okay, you saw the video. In that specifically, Dan mentioned about generative AI. See, I'll talk about this first. We heard about AI would transform HR before. I think 3-4 years before itself, we started talking about it. What was promised was AI will amplify human impact to generate value-based outcomes. AI will revolutionize employee experience. AI will create processes that are inclusive and mitigate human bias. What happened in these last few years is that automation AI solutions were narrow in scope, never delivering against the vision, which was not very successful. Organization lacked skills to design, develop, deploy, to monitor various point solutions. Biases are inherent in the training data. Stakeholder profiles weren't considered. Because the end of the day, the algorithm is written by humans, and there is an inherent bias element is there. So this is what happened. So the evolution was not that fast as expected few years before. But now with this generative AI, like when I say generative AI, you could understand like Gemini or ChatGPT. Those are all prompt-based, AI tools where the generative AI is creating a lot of interesting, impact. The generative AI will impact HR's ability to build a productive workforce to maintain a competitive edge. It ensures the business is evolving its operating model alongside its skills and talent pool. It can create world-class experience to attract and retain employees. We'll see how, but I just want to specifically mention how generative AI can impact HR's ability. It can help us to invest in new skills and adoption techniques to maximize the value of technology investment. It can help us to optimize the HR function to support an evolving workforce, ambitious business and ambitious business strategy. So the prioritization of generative AI for use within HR has drastically increased, 65% in the last year itself. So what is next generation AI, that is the generative AI, how different it is? It requires less effort and lower upfront costs. Unlike few years before when we talked about AI, generative AI requires less effort and lower upfront costs. There are a lot of AI tools are available today where you can go and use it, try it free of cost. You can use it for certain business requirement or work requirement without any cost involved in it. Effort mostly on fine-tuning means faster development. So it's not about coming with complex change process or complex software systems. The generative AIs have become much more simpler. It is more about fine-tuning, which means faster deployment. Equal or better accuracy than state of art or multiple use cases. Better performance, means better results. Foundation models making scaling AI possible by minimizing effort needed to create finely tailored model. So the foundation models have become strong in the last few years. So now it becomes minimal effort to create better tailored models. For example, if you see, Google has its own model in the AI. AI has its own. Microsoft has its own. So now it has become much more easier. Advances are making user experience a richer, intuitive, frictionless, and enjoyable. Partners with deep experience are moving swiftly to guide policies around risk, use, transparency, and ethics. So now there is more awareness towards risk management, transparency, and ethics. So yes, generative AI in HR will be different, but let's be real. Will it immediately change everything? It has to evolve. So will it replace your employees? Automation will replace administrative tasks, non-managerial roles, but it will also create new roles. As per World Economic Forum, estimates that 85 million jobs will be disrupted, but 97 million will be created. That's a very positive note for us to look at. Will it abolish the HR function? Many HR tasks will be digitized and automated. For example, you would have a lot of mundane day-to-day tasks, using simple Excels, Word documents and all. All these can be digitized and automated using AI. For example, I mentioned the example of job description. You can use AI to do profile shortlisting or screening candidates, initial filtering out, attrition analysis, predicting prospective red alert for attrition, or even talent development, talent management. There are many areas that AI could be used for. And policy, you don't require a consulting company to work for many days or weeks or months to prepare a policy manual for you. AI could help you to solve the problem 80-85% of it, and only you need to work on it, fine tune it for 10-15%. So that's the beauty about areas that AI can impact. HR has an opportunity to influence enterprise transformation activities and to help the business adopt technology. What I want to say is that HR should be the champion for AI adoption or technology adoption. We should be able to take the mantle, raise the voice, bring the people, and ensure that the change initiative is driven properly, and the organization progresses. So HR should be the champion for this. Responsible AI requires a human in the loop for regulation. So AI doesn't mean that, okay, the machine will take care of everything. So what would be the role of humans? Human role is always important in that, because a lot of regulation has to be done. Human involvement is very, very critical. That's why the AI human collaboration will play an important role in the future. Commoditized value. Automation and AI will make both your people and your technology more valuable. Leaders need to focus on human technology partnership, and that ignites passion and purpose in teams. So you will have, as it is on the in the interview or the video what we saw, as he rightly said, you will have more time as an HR professional to look at the human aspect of HR rather than the data management or the technology aspect of it. So AI will take care of the element. So you have enough time and more time to look at the human aspect, connecting with people, talking to them, understanding the using empathy, emotions, understanding people, playing an important role in coaching them, mentoring them. A lot of human aspects can be brought in. The future is AI powered HR. There are 4 aspects I just want to talk about specifically. One, streamlined operation. So AI and automation analytics will revolutionize HR operations. So a lot of the operational elements will become more, and reducing errors, freeing up HR professionals to focus on strategic initiatives, become more efficient. Second, personalized experiences. AI-powered personalization will transform the employee experience, delivering customized learning, development, and career opportunities that foster engagement, job satisfaction, and long-term retention. Ethical AI governance. Robust ethical frameworks, transparency, and accountability measures will be essential to ensuring the responsible and equal use of AI in HR. Building trust and fostering a culture of fairness and inclusive is important. The 4th element is, when you talk about the future, agile workforce transformation. Continuous investment in upskilling and reskilling will empower, because AI is going to evolve, the skill requirement is going to evolve. So HR will play an important role in continuously investing in upskilling and reskilling the workforce and leveraging AI technology effectively, driving organizational agility and positioning the workforce for long-term success will be an important role in HR. So when we talked about efficiency, right? So there will be an increased efficiency, improved decision making, enhanced employee experience, and ethical considerations. When we take decisions, have to be looked at. So these are all certain factors that we need to embrace when you talk about AI-powered future of HR. So having said this, that how AI is impacting HR, what are the aspects of it, how we have to look at it, important that we have to strike a right balance between AI and human touch. So when we talk about that, there are 4 important elements comes in. So augmenting human capabilities. So we need to ensure that the AI adoption helps us to augment the human capabilities, help us to grow, help us to build more skills and more capabilities so that we can deliver the organizational results. Second, we should not get too carried away by data, because I remember one interesting phrase in a book where a business leader says that the CEO talks about all data, but I know the person. The person is better than the data, so I don't believe the data. So it is very important us to understand that we need to also understand the human element. The data may show, for example, the data may show that particular cricket player. I'm just giving an example. Probably a cricket player who was felt that he was. Let's take Ajinkya Rahane, who was being looked at as almost retired and not able to play, but when he came to CSK, he was able to completely break the shackles and break the myths or the comments, and then able to perform. So there is always a human element, important human element is there where it's beyond the data. So that preserving that human element is important. Blending technology and expertise. It's very important that technology adaptation is important. At the same time, you bring right expertise and bring the blend of the technology and expertise to the business, so that you are able to derive much more better results. And not just that, but also tailoring the experience. You have to understand that every project, every individual's experience will be different, and how do you tailor it to the benefit of so that others can learn from that. That's very important. That needs to be, we need to strike a balance on that. Let me talk about examples about augmenting human capabilities. Intelligent assistants, like now your AI can play a virtual assistant role, and can design your time calendar, your schedules, your basic mails, your reports. So that's very interesting. Predictive analytics, AI. We used to use Excel, we used to use HRMS tools. Now AI can give you much more detailed, interesting predictive analytics, where you just have to give a prompt and have the basic data. It can give you very, very deep insights. And predictive analytics, it can be used for many areas in HR, starting from your recruitment, manpower planning, to your exit management. Personalized experiences, understanding the human, understanding the interests, understanding the likes and dislikes of the human. The AI can give you a very, very interesting, specific, personalized experience, so that you feel that the entire experience you went through was really interesting and helpful and enjoyable. Then streamline workflows. The most interesting thing about the AI utilization is also to streamline mundane tasks and processes, workflows, into efficient workflows, as well as eliminate redundancy, eliminate unnecessary elements in the processes, in the workflows. That's an interesting example. Some specific insights I wanted to take you through. In HR operations, we see AI can help you to streamline the service delivery. In the HR operations, where it is, for example, your transfer letter to be issued, or an experience certificate to be issued, or a passport letter to be issued, AI can get it done within seconds, without any intervention from the HR, right? So the service delivery optimization, streamlining and optimization can happen in a very big way. Automated administrative, a lot of administrative tasks, mundane activities are happening, and that has been taking a lot of time of HR. I would say somewhere between 40 to 55% of the activity of a typical HR professionals are into administrative mundane tasks. So that can be automated, so that you have enough time for focus on the core HR activities. Predictive analytics can help a lot on the HR operations, which we saw earlier. On the talent acquisition, AI can help you to source intelligently, to screen automate the screening activities much better, without any bias. Personalized engagement of the candidates. These are all some interesting examples how AI can impact each of the sub functions of HR, or the areas, key areas of HR. Talent management, you can build personalized learning for the individual. I remember, one of the technology company were building an integrated platform on learning management, and they were talking about building a learning management tool, which is like your Spotify. What is the beauty of Spotify? Spotify, you can curate your own songs and create an album. That album can be shared. For example, I create an album, somebody else can look at it, and if they like it, they can subscribe that, or they can use the album. So learning become democratized. So that is the kind of solution they are looking at, and AI and the technology advancements helps us to build such a personalized learning solution. Succession planning, understanding the talent, identifying them, and then creating the succession plan become much more easier in organizations using AI and technology tools, technology advancements. Third, performance management. Your performance management can become more robust more effective, more on time using AI tools. In employee experience, also the AI can help you build a lot of personalization. It can help cross-functional, cross-team collaborations. It can build a lot of focus on employee well-being areas. It can give you a lot of feedbacks and insights into what you're doing, what need to be done, how it can be done better. So generative AI has a broad range of potential application across HR functions. Just few examples I would like to take you through. For example, chatbots fully replace portions of employee and manager servicing that many of you would be experiencing. Employee can ask the virtual, HR, person or the virtual chat bot questions and is provided summarized responses from policy documents or processes. Virtual coach manager roles, generative AI can provide guidances on performance reviews, goal setting. It can provide employees step-by-step support to navigate major events. It can guide employees on career development and internal opportunities. So many of the conversation between an employee and the manager can be handled by the AI support itself. The basic conversations, basic information required, guidance required. Then HR content creator, HR content bot has enormous capabilities to create a lot of content for you. Initial draft of documentation on policies, on forms, formats, that draft communications, job requisition, JDs, new learning courses, content for the learning programs, training contents. A lot of areas, AI, generative AI can play a big role. Now, having said this, I know it has gone a bit dry and I've been talking about it. Let me give you some examples about, how organizations are utilizing AI. For example, Amazon.jobs, Amazon uses AI for sorting resumes, right? It eliminates the bias aspect in the recruitment, and the AI will go, without looking at certain bias elements. For example, a recruiter or a recruitment executive who's into sourcing of profiles can have some bias elements in terms of various aspects, in terms of language, region. Yeah, it could be anything. So those biases can be eliminated, and AI can help you to sort the resumes and give you the best among the equals. Another example is that from E2 Open's chatbots. So the virtual assistants actually has reduced 75% of the questions in the first 3 months itself since it's implemented. So EVA also answers tier 1 level IT help desk questions along with the HR related questions also. This is just an example for you. Cineplex Cinemas have also introduced AI in their learning management system. So it automatically tags and personalize the micro trainings and enables mobile learning, thereby driving employee retention. So this is another interesting case study how AI is used in learning as well as employee retention. Cisco's internal career mobility platform. Cisco has an internal career mobility platform which utilizes AI and machine learning to ensure that the internal job opportunities are matched, resulting in increased employee retention, growth in employee skills, preparation for organizational and upward mobility. Employees build their own profile, showcasing their current skills and interest and passion, and the tool helps them to design that. Some more examples. Using AI to source candidates can reduce time to hire from 34 days to 9 days. This is from one organization which has used it, goaria.com, entilo.com. AI can also locate passive candidates who are more desirable. Candidate screening, online data can be collected, including social media profiles, previous online job records, educational qualifications, work history, skill sets, and salary expectation. resulting in enhanced ranking of candidates. So candidate screening and ranking the candidates and then shortlisting the candidates can also be done. Some of the companies which are using it. Interesting aspect is that the robot will see you now, which means Panasi.com uses predictive algorithms which highlighted some word like ambitious, driven, associated with masculine traits. So they changed it and brought more appealing words to women. That helped to uplift this female candidate hiring 60%. So there are a lot of interesting innovations are coming up. A startup, Cognisys has developed AI software to eliminate the interview altogether. So they use micro expression to detect in the video being used at intercontinental hotels. Some other examples of AI in learning and development. AI can augment or eliminate the need for physical teacher or trainer. It's about self-driven systems with the potential to eliminate humans. For example, AI can create online content, wildfirelearning.co.uk or chatbots. What does it do is identify skill gaps, develop programs to train employees targeted to training needs. Having said different areas in HR, I brought this particular slide to talk about how in the entire life cycle of an employee, the entire spectrum of HR from attract, to retain to grow, how IBM is using AI in different aspects and how they are deriving great benefits. For example, attracting the talent. IBM is using their AI tools to improve candidate experience, using specialized chatbots to identify high-quality candidates prior application, engaging job seekers from first interaction, skill matching algorithms to match roles to candidates' resume and provide recommendation, hiring efficient and effective recruitment, so prediction of time to fill job opening, determining match between resume parsing and resume matching, accurate predictions of applicants' future performance, writing more inclusive job description. So there are some elements which helps IBM Watson, reducing the time to hire by 60%. So on engagement of employees, they have AI talent alert for managers helping to make decisions on team members regarding promotion and interventions. 24/7 employee interactions, chatbots, and conversational HR to improve employee experience. Retention, smarter compensation planning, AI-powered compensation decision support tool to reduce time spent on compensation cycles. In terms of learning and development, personalized learning and real-time skills inference, using AI, they look at internal digital presence of employees to find hidden talents and monitor skills related to business. Career development, career coaching usually constitutes a time-intensive and expensive task, but AI can do career coaching. It can allow everyone in the organization to benefit with higher quality career advice. So this is just an example of how the entire spectrum of HR AI could be used. One example is IBM Watson. Okay, now having said all the positives about AI and AI adoption and how it can impact HR in different areas of HR, I also want to touch base about the challenges and mitigations. If you look at the promise of AI are inspiring, but still many leaders face complexity as they consider implementation. 80% of business leaders see at least one of these ethical issues as a major concern. As we are evolving, these are all getting addressed, but 48% of the leaders by a survey by IBM say that explainability is a concern for them because the decisions made by generative AI are not sufficiently explainable. Ethics, 46% of people feel that they're concerned about safety and ethical aspects of generative AI because it has a human bias element. The algorithms can be influenced. So that's the next point. Bias, 46% believe that generative AI will propagate established biases. For example, a particular person with a particular language skills, particular qualification, particular institute will be performing in this way. For example, we always if I can say that, if you feel all IIM graduates are extremely, high performers, that could be a biased element of thinking, and that can get into a prompt that could or that could get into a kind of an algorithm. So that kind of biases are a concern for people. And trust, 42% believe that how can we trust AI? Because as I said, many business leaders feel that the data is fine, but I know the people, I know the person, and I believe that the data cannot be taken because this person can be better than the data. So the lot of trust element is also there. Predominantly, three important challenges and concerns are there when it comes to AI human interaction: lack of trust, data privacy concern, and bias and fairness. So how do you foster ethical AI practices? One, you need to mitigate bias element. You need to bring the processes in place so that the bias, algorithm bias, and the human bias element is mitigated while you are building the AI practices itself. Second, have robust data privacy and data security processes and policies in place. Build an element of transparency and accountability in all your AI practices and communications. Keep upskilling the workforce and ensuring that upskilling and reskilling becomes a continuous effort to ensure that the AA practices are fostered towards success. Now, I would like to move towards AI HR transformation. Unfortunately, this is not a platform where I can see the attendees and interact with them. It is more like a lecture mode. I'm very sorry about it. For me also, it's very difficult keeping myself cool by just seeing the screen and talking. Please bear with me. AI HR transformation. What I would like to talk about is how do we implement AI AI adaptation in organization. Before that, just an example is that Tesco Club Card is a loyalty card, but it also uses AI to predict and influence customer behavior. So AI has the potential to be a loyalty card for employees and a predictor of employee behavior. Employers that are able to adapt this technology will be at a tremendous competitive advantage, as they will be better able to attract, retain, and engage employees and leverage people so that employees truly become the organization's greatest asset. So how do you navigate this AI transformation? There are 4 steps towards it. I would like to talk about the 4 steps now. 1, assess readiness, develop a roadmap, foster collaboration, upskill the workforce. All 4 are very, very critical, and it is part of any change management. See, before we even get into AI transformation or AI adaptation in HR, first assess, are you ready for it? Do you have the basics to adapt, basic elements to ensure that AI can be implemented in HR, can be adapted in HR? So you need to evaluate the organization's tech. For example, if you don't even have a technology platform, or I'm just saying, you don't even have a system, how will you do an analysis using a system? So you need to understand the current capabilities, technology capabilities, then the current skill levels of employees, and the readiness to change. If the organization, if the business doesn't want change, if the business feels that this particular change is not required, then that is an important impediment. So you need to understand, are we ready for the change? Do we have the required skills? Do we have the technological capabilities? And this helps you to ensure a successful AI implementation. I'll talk about it later on. Then second, once you understand you are ready for it, then develop a roadmap. Establish a clear phased approach for AI adaptation. Prioritizing use case that align with organizational goals and deliver tangible business value. For example, this need not be a full-fledged change management initiative also. For example, one AI adoption in HR can be brought as a big program, or you can say, let me take segment by segment. Let me understand whether my recruitment space, am I ready to bring in AI, use AI for my recruitment processes? Even within recruitment, let me not look at all the areas like selection process or other areas. Let me just at least start with profile screening. Can I start using some tools for that? You can segment, slice and dice. How do you want to start the AI journey in your organization? But whenever you start any journey, understand that you first assess the readiness, then develop a roadmap, then build collaboration, because there are a lot of cross-functional teams involvement is required, including IT, legal, subject matter experts. So you need to ensure that you foster the collaboration, bring the people on board, get the management buy-in, get the cross-functional teams buy-in as well. Then you also ensure that you upskill the workforce, invest in training and development programs to equip HR professionals with the necessary skills. If you take an HR team in an organization, each one's readiness would be at a different level. Somebody would be more willing to adapt to the change and would like to learn AI tools and then utilize it. Somebody would be very, very pessimistic about it. Somebody would be completely unaware of things what's happening. Somebody would be believing that this would add more workload to me. So you need to ensure that you bring them onto the table, make them understand that this is required to be done, and this is the way we secure our future, and you need to learn it, and then build a robust upskilling program so that the team members, HR professionals understand and learn and pick up the skills required. So that's how you navigate the AI transformation. I would like to talk about how you drive organizational success by implementing AI in HR. 76% of HR leaders believe that if their organization does not adapt and implement AI solutions such as generative AI in the next 12 to 24 months, they'll be lagging in organizational success compared to those that do. This is a Gartner study, okay? So Gartner study talks about 76% of HR leaders believe that some or the other way we need to adapt AI solutions. So there are three important elements to it. One, before adapting to AI, generative AI solutions, first distinguish reality from myth. Second, establish the potential of AI and its benefits for HR. Third, assess and score against success criteria. So this is the three-step approach to assess AI adoption in HR. So one, you understand what are the myths which has been, which are there in the minds of people in the team, whether it's the organization leadership or in the HR leadership or HR team. What myths they are carrying? For example, one of the myths could be, AI will take away our jobs, or AI will have bias. We cannot trust it. There are many myths are there. So first, you need to distinguish the myth from the reality. Make the people to understand that why we have to do this, and if we do this, what will be the benefit? That's the second one. So why we have to do this? Then establish the potential of AI and its benefits. So give them some use cases. Tell them how other organizations are doing it, what is happening in the market, and how it can benefit HR. Third, for example, even today, if I tell one of my team member in my plant, okay, you prepare one draft communication, they would take their own sweet time, look at it, draft it, and then come with different, couple of drafts, and then, send it to me. If you know how to give a right prompt and look at it, you can generate multiple drafts for the same subject of communication within seconds, and then edit it, pick and choose, and streamline, fine tune it, and then get the communication rolled out immediately. So that's the beauty. So we need to explain them the potential of AI and its benefits, how it can help their job easier, to make their job easier. That's the second element. The third element is to assess and score against success criteria. Okay, what would be the success criteria if we take the AI adoption, and where are we right now, and once we implement it, where we will be. So these three aspects are very important. This is what Gartner says as 3-step approach to assess AI adoption in HR. This is a very busy slide, but I'll just, you can also read it, but I'll just give you some specific points. If you see, there are various use cases planned for using generative AI, like employee-facing chatbot, administrative task getting, document generation, job description, skills data, employee feedbacks, generate content quizzes and all. So different adaptation, different percentage of interests are there as per the Gartner survey. AI will have an effect on the work conducted by HR function across the employee life cycle. AI will lead to new sets of employee expectations about how employees interact with HR and HR technologies. Over time, this shift will lead to rethinking the purpose and structure of HR, individual HR roles also. We saw different new roles which are going to emerge in future. So employees will start looking at HR to play a different role with the help of the AI. Improve efficiency and support leveraging AI in HR use cases. Some HR leaders may see AI is more of a text generation capabilities, but it can go beyond that. It will go beyond that. It has plenty of potential. Potential application of AI solutions span the entire HR function, including talent acquisition, voice of the employee, career development, learning, and HR service management. So how do you tackle what AI implementation means for your workforce? The continuing evolution of AI will dramatically affect how organizations hire, develop, and derive value from the people. HR and senior executives need to identify an AI talent strategy that fits their context plan and plan for the talent transmission to come. So it is very important that when you work out your HR strategy itself, you build the AI element into it, and then you look forward that what kind of interventions are required to ensure that this AI blended HR strategy can be implemented. Gartner expects two broad impacts from AI on the workforce. One, the current boundaries of professions industries will result in shifting of roles over time. Second, the race of performance, the speed in which the performance is looked at will change. One has to prioritize, as an HR professional, in terms of how do you look at AI implementation based on pain points. What is your current pain point? If your pain point is more on attracting talent, then look at that. If your pain point is retention of talent, then look at that. If your pain point is, eliminating mundane, unnecessary processes or manual process, then look at that. If your pain point is, people development, performance management, look at that. So one has to prioritize and pick the intervention based on the pain points. So one suggestion is that there are various timeframes for implementing different AI initiatives are there. This is the graph which talks about how much percentage in the market, what is the time period. Typically 3 to 6 months is the time period for a larger portion of AI related implementation projects are happening. So use design thinking for determining use cases to iterate. Research where the opportunity is and what are your goals. Determine best tools and practices to implement. Create success criteria and measure results. So the most important thing is that you have to pick and choose what is right for your organization, what is right for your team, and in what pace and what timeline you would like to implement that. So it's not about tech. It's not about what technology can do, but it's about what we can do with the technology. That's the future. And as HR practitioners, a lot of evolutions are happening. Technology enables HR to reallocate time and resources on culture, people, process, and policy. If you look at it, even in the video, what we saw, what Dan mentioned is that by eliminating a lot of these, tasks and mundane activities, HR can focus and allocate their time on the most crucial and the core aspect of the HR, which is, people, policies, processes, cross-team collaboration, talent management, coaching, training and development. These are the areas that could be looked at. This is an interesting slide I wanted to share with you about the future of HR. If you see, what are the aspects required for a future HR person? Okay, one, what is the mindset that an HR person? This is the most important thing. If you remember the soft skills, what Dan talked about, it's not just the AI skills that the technology skills one needs to pick it up, but also the basic soft skills or the behavioral skills, the empathy, the communication, the leadership. Those are all very very important element. So agility, changing nature and typology of work, innovation. These are all the mindsets they're looking. Focus, empowerment, business value creation, workforce-centered design, engagement, personalization. On the lens, communities of expertise, continuous work, reimagining, workforce experience, enablers like technology aspect like Internet of Things, social, mobile, robotics, digital reality, all these aspects will influence HR's future. So, as HR practitioners, what I would like to talk about is three things. One, reimagine your work. Understand that the work is changing. The platform or the stage in which we were operating all these years are changing. There are multiple different tectonic plates are coming up where the work, the way of working itself is changing. So reimagine work, assess the task, not jobs, create new job roles, map skills to new roles, then pivot the workforce. Your role is to bring the change. Your role is to make the workforce to understand the change and move towards it. So orient teams to support new customer experiences, recognize the business case, use automation to fuel growth, organize for agility. The most important thing is being agile and flexible. So HR plays an important role in that. Foster new leadership DNA, cultivate leaders, make them to understand the criticality and the make them to get the a feeling of impatience, feeling of urgency to adapt to these new technology, especially AI. Scaling up and new skilling, prioritizing skill development, reskilling, upskilling, using digital, using new technologies, AI influenced technologies are critical elements. So that's the focus that HR practitioners should have. Upskilling HR professionals for the future. I know probably I could have had some small games and all in between, but this is a subject where it is more of information that needs to be shared. So I'm trying to cover as much as possible. So as an HR professional for the future, what are the things you need to upskill? One, embracing emerging technologies. So you need to be abreast, you need to be ready to adapt and learn AI, machine learning, data analytics. This is very critical. Second, develop a strategic mindset. Shift from operational doing routine, mundane operational activities to strategic thinking, aligning HRI initiatives with broader business goals. Third, foster digital dexterity. Cultivate digital skills and comfort with new technologies to enable seamless integration of AI-powered HR solutions. So you need to understand this is very critical and you need to foster the digital dexterity. Then enhance soft skills. Strengthen your soft skills, your behavioral skills, your leadership skills. That is going to be core because AI will take away a lot of these, task-oriented activities or data-driven activities. But what is going to be remain very strong is the human element of the HR role, and that's where the soft skills and leadership skills and behavioral skills plays an important role. Having done slides and talking to you, reading through the slides and telling you examples, I would like to take you through one small clipping of a movie which I love the most. This is a very beautiful example of how AI human collaboration or the machine human collaboration can happen. Okay, this is from a movie called Real Steel.
Wait a second, are you seeing this? Charlie is shadow boxing just outside the
Damn, it looks like Adam has a shadow function, so basically that means Charlie Kent is fighting the last round of this fight against Zeus.
Well, I tell you what, it doesn't seem to be much help because Adam is backed up against the ropes again.
Not yet. Watch his game. Takamashito supervising personally. Zeus, yeah, I'm curiously trying to get this thing once and for all. I gotta tell you, folks, the champ looks tired. This robot seems to be running on empty. I don't believe it. Adam is taunting Zeus. He's actually asking. Not yet. Legendary stop. Not yet. Adam is riddled with the nitrous-fueled Gatling guns of Zeus's blows. Zeus is slowing down. Damn, the champ's power core is clearly depleted.
Charlie, please.
You can't. Now.
Rajkumar was manually operating his robot personally. Look at this. The champ is trying desperately to stay on his feet. But Kenton is relentless, landing blow after blow after blow to the body.
Huge uppercut by Adam. Zeus is down. This little bot is done deep here tonight and shown something damn near hearts. Zeus gets to his feet, but Kenton has outlawed him again. Landing punch after punch. Takamashito and his superbot have no answer. Zeus pins at his left arm, but Kenton is undaunted. It all comes down to this, folks.
Um, very interesting, clipping of the movie. I love this movie, and it is a very good showcase of how human and technology will collaborate in the future, and how we coexist, and that's similar to a workplace as well. There are emotions involved as humans. There are as well as the element of collaboration with the mission was also there. So I thought I'll just bring it just to give a kind of a visual experience of how human and technology can collaborate and the future looks like in the typical life. Same thing applies to work life as well. I had I just got one question already. Are there more practically applicable examples of how to do this, how to adapt AI in the workplace, in HR? Yes, please. Yes, definitely. I can give you some example. For example, um, um, in my own earlier one of my organizations, what we did was um, recruitment. When you take recruitment, how do we utilize AI tool, generative AI, for helping our recruitment to be more efficient. So the job description preparations used to take its own time, maybe a couple of days or so, for any position. Now we use a prompting through some of the tools where we generate the JD, and it just requires fine tuning of the JD, uh, some element of technical evaluation of the JD with the hiring manager, and then the JD is done. We use, for example, the Copilot in Microsoft 365 to look at and concise meeting notes, even some of the um, minutes of the meeting notes, action plans, timeline follow up is done through these AI tools. I use regularly Gemini or few other tools like DID, which I use to prepare some voiceover and video creation tools. Content development, for example, training content development, we use quite a lot. Our training team, has adapted AI tools now well, where we use AI tools to design and develop contents as well. If most of the time designing, it helps, and as well as into content development as well. So there are many ways practically look at. So what fits to your organization you need to look at. And are you going on a big bang approach of moving completely, adapting a platform or a tool or an app, and completely transform or look at all the HR life cycle, all the areas within the employee life cycle? Or you're going to go area by area, segment by segment, where you need to add value through AI tools? Is up to you. That is where you need to assess, understand, and execute. So with that, I'll just want to say, as Charles Darwin said, it is not the strongest of the species that survive, not the most intelligent, but rather the one most responsive to change which survives. And I believe HR as the most smartest species within the workplace or within the organization, and we always adapt. We always be the front runner when it comes to change and being responsive to take change. So AI, taking the mantle of AI, being the voice of AI in the organization, is a very critical role for HR leaders. Rather than the CTO or rather than some other business leader talks about it, you should be the voice of technology adoption and AI, and bring work towards it and bring the people together for the change required, so that the organization stays relevant, stays progressive, and becomes successful more and more. So that's very critical role an HR has to play. With that, I would like to thank you for the opportunity. I just kept some interesting thing. If you want to go to understand different AI tools, there is a portal. You Google it, called ClickUp, where you can go to the portal and understand what are the different tools are there, and for what purposes you can use those AI tools. So a lot of these tools are free, which you could use it for your day-to-day work affairs. So with that, I would like to thank you. And any questions, please feel free to post it. Akansha, will intern send it to me. I've got one more question. Um, Probably I'll stop sharing this. Um, First of all, Sukriti, I was not seeing anything, just my slides. So I am curious to know that was I audible? Were people are able to follow me? How was it? Is okay, right? I was
Yeah,
audible, right? I see.
we did receive a
Okay.
lot of comments and questions, so everything went okay.
Oh, sure. Okay. I can see here some comments. So let me start answering it. That's okay, right? Okay.
Yeah,
And I actually want to ask few questions to people, but this was a bit strange. I was just seeing my screen, so I was just talking about it. One question I've got is following your discussion on managing AI risks and benefits, you mentioned AI leading to a new employee expectation of HR interaction. Can you elaborate on a specific example on how AI might change how employees interact with HR and how HR teams can best prepare for this shift? Okay. Whoever asked me, thank you for the question. I believe that by with the AI adoption and the way HR moving towards focusing on more core areas of HR, the employee interactions will also change. Uh, 40 to 55% of an employee interaction currently, or this is the last year's survey result, is more on the queries and HR operational queries. So when you adapt AI tool and eliminate some of these tier 1 tier 2 basic questions, basic query through AI tools, through chatbots or through AI tools, or an employee can derive their own letters, their own doubts getting cleared. It would help the employee to have better productive discussion with the HR people, where they would talk more about the next level of need, which is like, how do I develop myself more? How do I build my career more? How do I ensure that I can build my leadership skills more, rather than where is my leave? How do I apply for LOP cancellation, or what do I do for my work from home request? These kind of things. So the more and more when you move towards utilizing AI and eliminating mundane elements, you could be more addressing the core areas of HR. And an HR can play a coach and a coach role, helping the employee to focus better on their career and their performance. That's one question. I think I try to answer that. And is there any other question, Sukriti?
yeah. So we can, I think, take the last question for the session. It is what to do when HR are unable to solve some employee conflicts. Maybe how we can utilize AI in
What to
this.
do when HR are unable to solve some employee conflict? See, HR is not a superman or superwoman to solve all the problems, right? We are here to try our best to do whatever best possible. And I believe there is always an escalation process at all levels, in all elements, all aspects. So when you are not, as an HR, you are not able to solve a certain employee conflict, then you need to escalate to the next level. For example, it could be your HR head, CHRO, or if you are the CHRO, then that same thing needs to be taken up to the senior management team or the top management team. Or if you are an HR manager of a particular location, then take it up to the next level. The most important thing is that there are certain conflicts which could be addressed, which could be solved at a certain level. Certain can be escalated. Certain conflicts which is difficult to solve, you can always try to make the employee to understand that what are the conflicts. For example, is it an ethical conflict? Is it a business process related conflict? And then try to address it. So I would suggest that if you're, as an HR, you're not to solve an employee conflict, you need to take it to the next level.
All right. We can pause the Q&A session now in the interest of time. Thank you so much for the insights, sir. I'm sure the audience do have a lot to think and act upon. I was personally surprised by the fact that 85M jobs would be disrupted, but 97M would also be created. It is crystal clear, that there's no future without AI ahead. And I would really like to gauge the audience sentiment post this session. Please, if all of the attendees who stick in the session till the last can help me with the reactions, maybe share a like reaction if you like the session, heart reaction if you loved it, if you find it insightful, if you support any particular point, or you want to share your POV. Please share some reactions. That's the only way to share your vote of thanks to the trainer in a virtual session.
That's the human element, I think. Don't be like a machine. Be a human.
Yeah.
Give some emotion.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm also sure that you're keen, all the attendees are keen on exploring how AI can really help them. And I'm delighted to tell that HROne can be of great help here. We offer the simplest HR software for the most complex HR operations, and it comes with built-in AI capabilities to help you save time and reach your highest potential. We are dropping a link in the comments for you to learn more, and our current users, I would say, can definitely leverage this upgrade, and for others the possibilities are endless, I tell you. So Anshika, if you could please, or I'll do that. Yeah, so this is the link that I've shared. You can go to the link, explore the AI capabilities that HROne has, and also book your, free trial session from the top right corner of the website.
Sukriti, just a minute. Somebody asked, Tarun has asked the platform. See, there are many platforms are there, Tarun. I would say to get a holistic list, there is a portal called ClickUp, CLICK up. So ClickUp, if you go, they keep a database of all AI tools. They keep updating it regularly. You have n number of tools listed there. You just even categorize HR related tools also, you will get it. ClickUp is a good platform. You can look at it.
All right. So about the announcement, I talked about at the start of the session that we'll be making a special announcement for all the attendees. It's an opportunity and an invitation to each one of you to join a HROne commune. Basically, it is a community, a platform that we are trying to build, and it already has 10,000 plus HR professionals. You can network, you can learn, and do a lot of networking opportunities. The Masterclass is one of the initiatives we are running currently as a part of it. We also conduct webinars, virtual roundtables, co-author blogs, HROne Propel, our flagship event, and the CHRO Mindset podcast. So if you would like to share knowledge, you can register yourself, and we'll assess your profile and have you as a speaker sometime maybe. Or if you want to keep learning continuously, you can still join the community by filling the form. We'll be sharing the link in comments next. Anshika, please share the HROne commune link. Now I would like to thank wrap up the session. I would really like to thank you again, sir, for taking out the time and effort that you have dedicated to this session. It was a huge success, and it was fun it was also a fun session, quite engaging with videos, facts, and stats. So thank you so much. And thank you all of you as well for being an amazing and such an informed audience. Thank you for joining. Thank you once again. See you in the next masterclass. Thank you, sir.
Thank you all. Thank you, Shukri.